All right, here we are. All right, we are live here, Swirly Nation. We're getting you what we can, folks. We're through the first period. It's a 1-1 game here from Cleveland. The final game, the fifth game for the Penguins in the 2-1-6 showcase. It appears as if we are up and running, and we're going to bring you the final two periods of action. Try to upload what we got of the first. We were a bit delayed getting started as I was caught in a snowstorm trying to get back to the rink. And the GPS took me all kinds of back roads, which was fun and exciting here in Cleveland to be sledding in my car, is I think the best way I could put it. Tried to get everything back here to a little bit closer to the Ohio Turnpike so I can find my way to the Pennsylvania Turnpike and find our way home in a few hours. Honeybaked weaving into the Penguins zone, playing it in behind where Bloom will dislodge the puck, and Foligno gets there in the opposite corner. He's got Bloom, he'll hit him. Penguins are up through center. It's a 3-on-1 developing. As he finds Schweitzer, it's just out of his reach. Bowen will follow on. Worked up the wall, kept in by Foligno. Popped out, but not out the center. Popped up, but not out the center, as it'll be tossed in behind. I was able to catch on the radio. Special thanks to big Jim Halliday stepping in to do play-by-play for the 2010s 1-0 shutout victory over the Chicago Fury right before this. So hopefully you got to watch that here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. Remember, if you're listening to this, subscribe below. Hit the subscribe button. The premier provider of youth hockey. Hopefully soon to be all youth sports. As Honeybaked weaves into the Penguins' end, in over the blue line. It's Kumnik behind the net, trying to exit the zone. Bush needs to start stretching over on the side. It'll be Kumnik with the puck. We'll toss it up to Vickers, who's slow to get up at the blue line. Bowen will battle. Baru weaves in, rebound, sits out front. It's Honeybaked carrying things behind their net. 1-1. I'm not sure who got the goals, to be honest with you. Penguins with the early one. Honeybaked with the game tire, as they'll toss it into the Penguins' end for Dixon to rim it around. It'll be Bowen on the half wall, chipping it up, hoping for Vickers. It'll come the whole way free to a streaking Baru. Now Vickers will knock it out of the air, but it's an offside play. So hopefully you're able to hear us. Hopefully you're able to see us. 10:15 to play, period 2. Let's see if I can get you a scoreboard up here, folks. Lowarchuk banks it off the boards. He'll try to chase it down in the offensive zone. That pressure frees things up for a crashing Vickers. A centering pass unable to be gathered by the Pens. This will be brought on by Honeybaked. Rue delivering a bump there. A breakout feed. Skips over the Honeybaked stick right to Lowarchuk, who hits Baru, who tries to cut into the middle, and has it swiped away. Falling down behind the net was a Honeybaked defender, but he left it for his teammate, who will fire it off the stick of Zachi. No icing here as it's into the Penguin zone. Shot in, brush it, puts it in the corner. Honeybaked trying to set up in the Penguins' end. Zachi will gather the puck behind his own cage. Puck popped in behind the Honeybaked net and cleared. All the way back into the Pen zone where it'll be an ice baby, too cold. Honeybaked Penguins, Cinnamon Swirl TV. Bringing you 2 periods of live and exciting 2011 AAA action from the 216 showcase in now snowy Cleveland, Ohio. A deflected shot by Bloom, and he puts it backside, and it's just past the post. Shot came in from Kumnik at the point. Was deflected by Bloom, a bouncing puck in on goal. Rebound sat there, and Bloom just taps it wide. As it's back to the point for a shot. That's cut off by Foster and tapped right to Bloom. He's got Schweitzer. Schweitzer, offensive zone. Ryan will center it, looking for Landon Bloom, streaking down the middle. It's picked off by Honeybaked. Puck comes the whole way to the corner where Laurel battle. It's reversed by Honeybaked. Out to the point for Kumnik to keep. A backhand pass right to Bloom. He's got Laurel on the back door. He tries for him, and it's almost whacked. I think he almost whacked it the wrong way there. I think the pressure from behind kind of forced his stick the wrong direction. And it'll be Kumnik along the board. Schweitzer covering the D spot as it's banked off the boards, gathered by Schweitzer, and he'll snap it off to Foster. Foster up to Lohr. Lohr around the defender. He's got it. Bloom Schweitzer going to the net. That shot fought off by the Honeybaked netminder, and the rebound kicks past Schweitzer. Honeybaked corrals it at center. Schweitzer battling, and on come the Hams. Honeybaked into the offensive Penguin zone. To the corner where it's defended by Foligno. Having a weekend, Dino Foligno is. It's knocked off the stick of Vickers, back to the corner for Foligno to defend. Leaning on the Honeybaked forward. Knocks him down, and the centering pass comes the whole way back to the point to be batted out of the air by Foster. And he'll streak up ice, so create a 3-on-2 opportunity here. Pulls up. Now it's a 4-on-3. Hitting Goldberg, who shot stick on puck blocked by a Honeybaked defender. Vickers twists along the wall, trying to spin it back to the front. Knocked off of his stick and back out the center for Foster. Foster off of a high stick, no call on that one, and Honeybaked will get control into the Penguin zone. They'll create a 2-on-1 here. Foster, great stick on puck, forces it wide. An indirect pass for Loarchuk, who kind of twists. That could have been dangerous. It caught him on the front, thank heavens. Vickers up for Loarchuk. He sends it across to Goldberg, who's 1-on-2 here. 1-on-3 with the back checking Honeybaked forward, and they'll turn that right back the other direction, and the Pens will shoot it in on an offside play. We'll get a neutral or a center ice face-off here as the pass originated around the blue line. So an exciting day of hockey action here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. The final 2/3 of this last game here. As the squish tender is in net now. Penguins making the goaltender change. Not sure when that was. It may have just occurred. It may have been 7 minutes ago for all I know. The one positive thing is I did get the actual front parking spot here at this rink where parking is impossible. I made 3 laps and was able to find the one spot up front that was open, and it is now mine. Bloom into the offensive zone, weaving to the outside, cutting up, looking, firing, high blocker side. Defended well by the goaltender for Honeybaked, wearing a golden mask. An icing here, waved off as Foligno will get to the puck behind the net. Not sure why that was waved off, but it was. Now Honeybaked will look to set up in the Pens end. A centering pass intercepted by Dixon. Can he get it out the center? He will. With speed, carrying it to the Honeybaked end. The power defenseman down the wall. Supported by Lohr. Dixon spinning it back to the middle. Can he get that missile off? He could not. It'll be Bloom getting to it. He tries to toss it into the corner. Dixon stays engaged as Bowen is covering for him on the defensive side. And Honeybaked will dump it in. Again, no icing call. These referees want this clock to tick, tick, tick away as we are yet again late getting started in the 2-1-6. A shot from outside, eaten by Bowen. Drops down to his skates where he kicks it back towards the point. It'll be into the corner, a centering pass off Squish, and he'll get some action here as he covers the puck. 4:41 to play, a 1-1 tie here against Honeybaked. It's the Pens Elite in their 5th game of the weekend. 2-2 coming in. 2 exceptional wins yesterday. Looking to go above 500 on the weekend as Goldberg hits Baru, who cuts to the middle. He's cut off by a back checker. And Honeybaked's in, onside play, weaving through, dropping one. Worked back, defended by Foster, who fans on a bouncing puck. Another centering feed. This one comes in, and it's shot wide of the cage. Vickers looking for Baru. A bouncing puck will find its way all the way to center. Turned back to the blue line by Goldberg. Goldberg will toss it back into the Honeybaked zone, but not deep enough. Goldberg along the wall now, Vickers. Vickers heavy off the boards. Streaking to it, Baru. Sent back out the center by Honeybaked. And it'll be a 2-on-2 here. Zachi defending the puck. Foster got the pass, and Foster breaks up the play. Vickers on the back check all the way to the corner. He's bumped into the boards there a little bit from behind. Play will continue as it comes free, a shot wide, a squish. Honeybaked doing a good job coming kind of from the back, which keeps the goalie back along that goal line as Honeybaked applies the pressure here. It'll be Zachi turning with it. Fans on a breakout pass. Skipping through it is Baru. It'll get it to Foster. Foster into the offensive zone. He'll come. He's got Vickers with him, and they play crisscross. Crisscross applesauce to the corner for Vickers. Vickers spins it back in front. Defended well by the Honeybaked defense. Goldberg gets to it. He'll slap it over for Lohr. Vickers and Goldberg at the end of a shift here. But they stay on, or maybe not Vickers. I think Goldberg. Anyway, on comes Honeybaked around Goldberg. Defended by Kubnik. Squish will get that shot and toss it to the corner. Wanting some puck action here. Goldberg will get to it. He'll find Vickers. And yes, they'll need a change. Vickers dumps and gets that change. Goldberg needs to retrieve. Bloom dropping for Foligno. He'll toss it all the way to the corner, where it's picked up by Honeybaked. 1-1 here in the 2-1-6. Foligno puck pressuring. Dumped behind for Kubnik. Kubnik to Schweitzer. Schweitzer tapping for Bloom. A great breakout by the Pens, just like you draw it up. Bloom will center it for a streaking Lohr. His shot careens wide, and the Pens are going to head to the Seven Fields Wealth Management power play, as we'll get a penalty on 1-6 for Honeybaked. I'm sorry, not 16. It will be 71. I believe that's his second trip to the sin bin in this one. 2 minutes to play here in the second period, and the Pens will head to the power play. Goldberg wins the draw to Luarchuk. He spins, tries to center. It's off of a skate. Bumped behind, past Baru, and Honeybaked will try to break things out. They'll go high and hard off the boards. It'll be tracked down by Dixon. Dixon will carry it all the way behind his own end. Go heavy off the backboards for Luarchuk, and the Pens will try to break out from deep in their own end. Honeybaked with some good pressure. They got it to Baru. Baru's pass for Goldberg. He's 1-on-2. He's got to kind of pull up and wait for help here. But instead, he'll drive in and fire one that skips wide of the cage. Chipped past Dixon, and in comes Honeybaked. Defended by Zachi, able to keep things wide. Honeybaked short-handed now, setting things up. They'll go off the backboards themselves, and Baru in to get it. Baru skating through center. He'll be joined by Luarchuk in a 2-on-2 as Honeybaked changing their forwards. Baru defended, carrying it wide. Able to get it back in front for Luarchuk. Luarchuk centering pass off the goalie. Can he skip one through to Baru? He could not. And we're going to get a penalty. A hold called here on Honeybaked, so the Pens are going to have a 5-on-3 for 20 seconds. Turkey meat table, 49 seconds left in the period, and the Pens are going to spend 20 of it with a 5-on-3, unless they can pot one by. It'll be Schweitzer winning it cleanly to Lohr. Back to Kumnik, right down Main Street, his shot blocked. Lohr picks it up, fires it in front, and it's stopped and covered. It'll be Schweitzer on the draw. Wins it to Lohr again. This time it's Foster. Stopping, banking one in behind. Schweitzer there, centering pass right in front. Bowen swipes at it, and it's kept out. Face-off sent right in on net. Bowen will use the body to protect. Gets it swiped away. Honeybaked gets one back. It's a 5-on-4 power play now for the last 20 of the period. And unless the Pens can score, the beginning of the third. As it's swiped back out to center. And flying after it comes Honeybaked. Will it be a breakaway? It's defended well by Kumnik coming back. And he ends up with the puck behind the net. Starting the breakout for Bowen. Bowen up the left. As the horn sounds, we're going to take you to intermission because I need a break.
Introducing your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite.
Squishy Evans, number 1, St. Killian Parish School. Squishy says, no, 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 no. Enza Vickers, number 2, St. Charles. From the number 5, Chartiers Valley. Let's win it, boys.
Grayson Baru, number 14. I go to Elwood City Area School District. Bye.
Lennon Bloom, 22, Nature Boy Elementary.
Ooh!
Ryan Schweitzer, number 23, Hayne Elementary School.
Bang! Finbo.
Right, led by their some of the intros.
Dynamic goal scorer, 27.
Not all of them. As we're getting back here, it'll be the start of the third period. The Penguins will start on a power play. As it's Foster at center. Trying to loft it in. Blocked, and back comes Honeybaked, a 2-on-1, but the back-checking Kumnik breaks the play up. Goldberg skates into it. He's free and up the right wing side. Kind of uses the official as a screen there. Centering feed off of a skate and cleared by Honeybaked. They'll send it back to center for Luarchuk. He'll just toss it right back to the Honeybaked defense. And Honeybaked will fly into the offensive zone, weaving around a Penguins defenseman. Cut off by Kumnik as he's knocked to the ground. Goldberg, heavy off the glass himself, the boards. Honeybaked dumps it in behind the Penguins net. Kumnik will get back. Vickers there as well. Vickers loses his stick as Honeybaked controls the puck. They try to go to the point. No one home. And Honeybaked will pick things up in their own end as the Pens change. And the Pens get caught. Hand in cookie jar. Oh, no. They won't get caught. Somehow the Penguins did not get caught with too many men there. I thought the referee raised his hand. I thought it was a penalty. I think he was calling icing. It'll be Bloom with it. Penguins get away with one. Bloom knocked down on the play. Schweitzer follows on in puck support. It's back to the battle along the wall. Bloom will keep it in. He'll loft it all the way in behind the honeybaked zone. And the first one's there trying to break things out. No further than Dixon is skipping puck. Comes in and is skipped wide of the cage. It's Bloom to the puck, swiping at it. Since we couldn't bring you all the intros, we will bring you your favorite headshots up here. As Foligno, unable to keep it at the Penguins line, will collect it at center. He tosses it up for Schweitzer. He sends it to the middle for Bowen. Bowen drives the middle of the power forward. Loses control. It's back out to be attacked by Foligno. And a battle along the boards. Good support by Bowen to break up the honeybaked advance. And Foligno will get it back out to center. Unable to get control. So it's weaved back into the Pen zone where Dixon will try to exit. His pass complete to Bowen. He's got Bloom with him as they gain the zone. Cutting to the middle, shooting one, 2-on-4 there were the Penguins. As Foster gets it and will shoot it in on an offside play. The face-off, they're going to call back out at center. 10:09 to play third period, 1-1 tie. Honeybaked and the Pens Elite. Game 5 for these Penguins. Honeybaked was able to sleep in this morning while the Penguins had a game. Harrowing drive to the rink for them, I'm sure. It's Baru getting free. Body to protect the puck as he carries it to the half wall. Supported by Vickers. Vickers tries to turn it back to the corner. Now he'll try the point for Zachi. Zachi's shot blocked. He'll get it back. He'll fire one in. Baru crashing, spinning to the ice. As it'll be Foster at the Pens defensive zone. Now Vickers. Vickers up, trying to wedge it up to Baru again. It'll come free to Zachi. Zachi to Vickers. Vickers unable to get control. Foster will tap at it, and the Honeybaked's going to dump it in behind the Pens. But will they beat Zachi to the puck? Potentially. There's squished to kick one away. As it's a cross-ice feed, now Baru has speed. That speed matched by the Honeybaked defenseman. Two players come together in the corner. Now Vickers gets the puck. And Honeybaked will clear it out the left. Kubnik there to collect it. Back to the line, and it's another offside play. Honeybaked trying to tap pucks in behind the Pens defense and chase them down. They're quick and agile up front. Yes, Honeybaked. That's a nice win there by that center. Used his body to spin into it. Bloom with the back pressure. Kubnik defending to the corner. Kubnik loses his stick. These kids lose a lot of these sticks for as expensive as they are. Luckily, they get them back. Bowen up through center. Weaving all the way into the Honeybaked zone. The Penguins power forward, knocked down along the wall as it's tapped back up through center. Can Kubnik get there, and Honeybaked overskates? It would have been a 2-on-1. Foligno in a battle along the wall. Honeybaked comes away with it. They'll dump it in. Kubnik back to get it. In the corner. Rimmed around all the way to Bowen. Comes free for Bloom. Bloom up ice. Cutting to the outside. Weaving back to the middle. To his knees, I'll leave it for Lohr. Lohr winding, firing, and it's kicked away. Bloom to the puck. Battling down the wall. It'll be Goldberg. And cleared by Honeybaked. Picked up by Zachi. Zachi finds Goldberg. Goldberg unable to handle the pass, and back comes Honeybaked. In the left, looking, firing. It's off the iron. Big Ben strikes one for the Honeybaked Hams. Battle along the boards. Players down. Some kicking at the puck. That could be dangerous. A shot comes in high and over the net. Gathered back in. A centering feed. Cut off by the Pens. A second one comes free. Skipping out into the catching glove of the squish tender, who's able to hold on to it and get a stop in play. 7:05 to play, third period of 1-1 tie here from Cleveland, snowy Cleveland. We may have some connection issues, folks. We apologize if we do. Doing the best we can to bring you everything as Baru skips free into the offensive zone, carrying wide, cutting back to the middle. He goes backhand. And oh, baby, sausage and gravy, head to the fridge, dig deep. It might be 11:40, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Grayson Baru drags the puck to the backhand and tickles the twine to give the Penguins a 2-1 advantage. Excellent individual effort there as we'll get a puck played by a high stick off of Foster. So a D-zone draw coming here for the Penguins. The face-off will be to the left of the squish tender. Face-off won by Honeybaked. Slap shot from the point, black by the Penguins. Gonna be cleared by Lords. Kicked that and kept in, but it'll be followed on by Bloom. Bloom, now Kumnick. Kumnick has 4 Penguins along that wall. He swipes it across to Schweitzer. Schweitzer will follow on after trying to tap past to Bloom. And a few obnoxious Honeybaked fans screaming at the referee. And it's a penalty on the Penguins. Hooking on the Penguins is the call. So with 6:26 to play, Honeybaked will head to the power play here. Goldberg, Luarchuk, Foster, and Kumnick, the defensive unit for the Penguins. It's rimmed around to be gathered in at the point by Honeybaked. A block shot by Goldberg, and he'll be one-on-one as the defenseman turns. Goldberg weaves in, looking, firing, and it's just wide of the cage. Vegas Golden Nate with a prime shorthanded scoring chance. It's out by Honeybaked. They'll clear it to center, but to be dumped back in by Foster. And it'll be dumped in offsides. Dumped in on an offside play. I thought I had a drink with me. I apparently did not. If I did, hopefully somebody's spiking it with some bourbon. I did. It's in my pocket. My jacket pocket. Not the bourbon. A Diet Coke, unfortunately. It'll be a battle along the boards for the Pens. Pens can't get sucked in here. Unable to clear, and it'll be Honeybaked with a player wide open in front. It comes free, and it's off the glove of the squish tender, who gets out high on top of that crease. Back to the point for a shot coming from Honeybaked. Blocked out front and carried out by, not carried out. Dixon tried to exit the zone. He can't. It'll be kept in by Honeybaked. Foligno behind his own net. Wedged forward, and it'll be worked back to the point. Another shot. This one bouncing up high to the corner. Honeybaked controlling on the power play here. Weaving one in, shot in, that Squash makes the stop and covers. Penguins will get a change in killers. Schweitzer and Bowen, Zachi and Foster. Puck dropped quickly. As it's honeybaked in front, stick on puck by Schweitzer, keeps the first one out. Waved, but back to the point. Skipping shot, knocks down the Penguins defenseman, Zachi. It's loose in behind the net. Foster will defend. Squish got a piece of one of those shots, I think, as it's behind the net. A wraparound attempt, fed in front, picked up and cleared by Lohr. The Pens are back to full strength. It's sent across to Schweitzer. Carried into the honeybaked zone, a behind the back feed for Bowen that skips wide of the Pens net. Rimmed around to Zachi. Zachi picks up the puck, heavy off the boards. Schweitzer spinning out of the corner, back for Bowen behind the cage. Gretzky's office. Bowen will set things up, tries the center. That's whacked to the corner by Honeybaked. To the point for Foster's shot off of a skate. Gathered in and wrapped high off the glass to the opposite side. Bowen will keep it in again. Schweitzer working in the corner. Lohr will follow on behind. Put in the corner by Honeybaked, and they'll try to reverse out the opposite side. A nice pass right up the middle, but it's behind the player. There's Foster to hammer one towards the net. That's kept out. Bowen back for a change as the Penguins changing some players. In comes Honeybaked in a 3-on-3 around Luarchuk. Cutting to the middle. Squish coming out, kicking it to the corner for Foster. To boot to Luarchuk. A bouncing puck to the blue line, kept in. It's all Honeybaked right now. Penguins' legs are tired, you can see it. They played earlier today, game 5 of a weekend. Can they dig deep and have something left? It's Zachi weaving in, leaving it for Luarchuk. His shot up high. Goldberg unable to get to the puck, and it's cleared by Honeybaked. An injured player down behind the play. Whistle will blow. 3:08 left on the clock. The referee trying to keep Squish from getting to the bench for a drink of water. What we're doing here. The referee explaining something to Brian Bloom about giving his goalie water. It'll be a face-off outside of the Penguin zone. Goldberg, Baru, Luarchuk, Foligno, Kumnik. The 5 flightless birds, and Honeybakes into the pen zone again, dumping it to the corner. A centering pass, defended by Kumnik. A bouncing puck out to the point. Swiped that and gathered by Luarchuk. He's got Baru if he sees him. He'll fire it deep into the Honeybaked zone, and Baru will chase it down. The puck sat free for a moment. It's cleared, but no further than Foligno, who puts it back to the corner. Good body position by Baru to get control. Spinning one back to Luarchuk. Luarchuk will carry it to the corner. A little stop-start action. Back behind the net, it's Baru. Coming out, stuff attempt, no good. Kumnik will pinch up to keep it in. To Baru, centering pass. He was trying for Goldberg. Penguins need an F3. Penguins need an F3. They'll have Foligno keep it at the point now. Baru behind the net. Battling behind the cage. It's under some bodies. And it'll be Luarchuk digging it out. He sees Foligno at the point. That was almost picked off. But Foligno will loft a backhander. That's blocked. Waving at it, Kumnik. Honeybaked able to clear it out to center ice. Penguins are going to head to the penalty kill as Foligno tackled the forward here. They're both going to go. Pushing, shoving, whacking. Foligno off. 6 for Honeybaked off. We'll stay 5-on-5. A minute 43 to play. We should have a face-off at center ice. Nope, they'll put it in the Penguins' end. 5-on-5 hockey. 1:43 to play in the game, a minute and 30 on both of the penalties. Bloom set to take the face-off. It'll be one over to Dixon. He gets it off the skate of Bowen, but can't clear. It's cranked back to the corner where Bloom will pick things up. Landon Bloom stops and starts. Goes heavy off the boards for Bowen. Bowen will carry it out the center. To the red line, trying to dump it in. Can't. Bloom will follow on. He can't get a handle on it. So it'll be the Pens defenseman Dixon at center. Knocked off of his stick. Zachi whacking it up for Schweitzer. Schweitzer into the honeybaked end. Delaying and possessing. Spinning one towards the net. Waving at it is Bloom. It'll go the whole way to the corner. It's up the boards. Bloom on the puck pressure. Back up, Luca. It'll be honeybaked weaving with it at center. Zachi there to take over the puck. Nice job as Zachi will gain center red and fire it in for a change. It's off of a skate, directs in on net, and they'll get a whistle. Usually they'll make them play that, but it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Pens as they get a line change. 49 seconds left, Penguins leading 2-1. The fancy goal by the happy hour kid, Grayson Baru, the difference in the game right now. Honeybaked able to get it out the center. Penguins with that F3 up high as it's off the skate of a Penguin defenseman. Empty net at the other end. Goldberg unable to pop free. It's 6 honeybaked players into the Pens end. Defended by Foster. Unable to get control, but he will ultimately and send it out to center. It's back into the Pens end. Banked off the boards behind. Picked up, centering feed attempt out for Goldberg. He'll wedge it towards the net. Will it get there? It will. The Penguins Vegas Golden Nate from his own blue line. An empty net tally will make it 3-1 Penguins. Vickers will take the face off. Apparently somebody's still in the box. Why would the kid in the box? Yeah, but there were. That was after a minute and a half. They should have come out of the whistle. All right, never mind. Penguins get the dub. That's what matters. 3-1 Penguins win. They'll beat Honeybaked. They'll leave the weekend 3-2. A very good weekend for this squad. Showed some moxie and some grit. Late goal in the Flyer game to win that one, and a big one here to protect the lead, get the empty netter. The Penguins win 3-1. Now for a snowy drive back to the City of Champions, the Steel City. We'll see you next weekend. Enjoy your Sunday. Get some football maybe. Penguins game at 1. I believe the man Colby Armstrong will be working that game as well, so tune in and catch the Penguins. Cinnamon Swirl's own Colby Armstrong.